Good evening, and thank you for joining us. A Blackfoot woman has pleaded guilty to multiple drug-related charges. 31-year-old Tammy Wooldridge has yet to be sentenced. Her next court appearance is this coming September. The Kitscoty and Lloydminster RCMP teamed up in the investigation, seizing a large amount of cocaine, marijuana, and magic mushrooms. Both attachments are still working on the investigation. Now to a rather unusual scene earlier today at the Kenneth Blair Hair Studio. RCMP are still trying to figure out how this car ended up inside the salon.
As a single motor vehicle collision into Kenneth Blair Hair Studio. Right now we don't know if there's any major injuries to the one occupant driver.
The elderly driver was treated by paramedics and taken away in an ambulance to be checked out further. Luckily, no one was inside the building was injured. Those who work at the salon are still in shock.
As I was driving up to work, I seen an ambulance and then I seen a cop car, and the first thing I thought is, oh, somebody must have, passed out or something. And then as I was driving right up to the building, I noticed a car was completely smashed, and the entire front of my work is totally smashed in.
Officers will continue to investigate. There's no word yet on whether charges will be laid. Lakeland College's new Center for Sustainable Innovation officially opened today in Vermilion. And as Peter Quinlan explains, the new facility may one day change the world.
After months of anticipation, the new Center for Sustainable Innovation is now open and ready to search for the most efficient uses of renewable energy.
This facility will be collecting and providing data that has the potential of being used right across Western Canada in areas that we need to have a lot of answers on in terms of alternative energy sources.
The new state-of-the-art facility uses solar energy to supply electricity for buildings and shops, solar thermal for hot water and space heating, geothermal energy for winter months when solar energy is insufficient, and a small wind turbine to supplement electricity when the sun's not shining.
The big solar panels that you see here are probably going to be responsible for most of the electricity on the site. We will generate an excess of electricity during the day, which we send back into the power lines, and then at night we draw from those power lines.
The CSIs we see on TV are fiction. The CSI here is real.
But like the TV series, the new facility is also tech-savvy with access to information right at your fingertips.
We can log in with any of our web-based tools, iPhones, iPads, and so on and so forth, and access the real-time energy use of the facility.
And the new building is almost too energy efficient.
It's so energy efficient that during construction, once they had the building envelope sealed, they couldn't use contemporary heating systems like Tiger torches to keep the construction warm. It became too warm.
Research done here may one day be in high demand around the world.
People that we think are going to have a lot of value out of this house are perhaps municipal professionals that are looking at exploring these technologies for their communities, seeing what will make the most sense for them to install in their arena or their city hall.
Peter Quinlan, Newcap News.
The new Canadian census numbers are out with some surprising results for the Lloydminster area. The census numbers reflect that the city is getting younger and more families are settling down.
Lloydminster is significantly younger even than Saskatchewan, Alberta, and Canada as a whole, and that connects into what we've already said with the job opportunities, young people moving in and starting families.
From 2006 to 2011, the 0 to 14-year-old demographic shot up by 13%, while there was a 12% increase of the 15 to 65-year-olds. According to experts, this means more people are committing themselves to the future of our city.
It shows a strength for our economy. It shows a strength for our community that we're having young people that are going to be investing themselves, their time, and their family in the success of our community.
For more detailed information on the stats, you can visit that address right there on your screen. Well, newly elected MLA Richard Starkey is stepping into the spotlight, talking to local residents about issues that matter here at home.
And then you take questions.
The new kid on the block took center stage, hosting his first constituency AGM for the Vermilion Lloydminster region. Richard Starkey has learned a lot in the past month since the election.
Big learning curve, but, I've enjoyed all aspects of that.
The new MLA is tackling some tough issues already, feeding off the big concerns of local residents.
We need to continue to discuss and look at the property rights issue, make sure that stays, front and center with our government and to work with the concerns that were expressed to us during the course of the campaign.
And area residents came out in droves to see their newly elected MLA.
He's still just getting the feet wet and learning the ropes, but it's just really exciting to see how excited he is about working for us and taking Alberta forward.
Starkey has a unique position as the MLA of Canada's only border city. Communication is key between both Alberta and Saskatchewan governments, and he's already met with Lloydminster's MLA across the border, Tim McMillan.
I'm looking forward to, continuing to, work with him and address, each and every of the issues, that we have in Lloydminster that we have to work our way through, whether it's education or healthcare or energy or, interprovincial transportation regulations. There's a whole long list of them.
And though that long list is doing nothing but growing longer, Starkey is optimistic he and his government can tackle the tough issues.